Hey y'all. Well, I got a shipment on a new kind of makeup and concealer. And I want to try it out, and I want to try it out with you. It's called Il Makiage, New York. Here's the box. Of course, this is the inner box. I've already gotten rid of the actual outer box. Can you see the name? ILMAKIAGE.com. So let's just look. Okay, nice inner box. I like when people go to the trouble on packaging to use all the surfaces they have. And it says, untraditional, uncompromising, undeniably extra. Il Makiage, New York. So here's the pieces I got. And it looked like for ordering both the concealer and the foundation that I got thrown in a brush to apply it and a treat, it says. Ink liner. So it's an eyeliner. Let's see how it looks. So that will be looks like a liquid eyeliner. Okay. How much was free? Okay, this one's called Woke Up Like This Foundation. An FIF's concealer in 025. And a gift of a brush 140 and a mystery gift. So that was the liner. Okay. Let's look at the brush. Brush 140. So this must be a concealer, or I would bet a concealer brush. Yeah. It's like a nice brush. Nice case. Good protection for it. Does it peel off? No, it just slides off. It's very dense. That's a concealer brush. Does it say? Oh my gosh. Concealer blending brush made in Italy. And dust that out a little since I'm not actually washing it first, which typically you should, but I'm going to go ahead and use it. I'm just kind of dusting out anything that might have been in there. Probably should do a full wash, but I'm not. So, don't hate me. Alright, so now for the FIF concealer. We're going to put that on first. Actually, no, we're not. It looks like a mascara, and it's got a little window there to show you the color. Let's see if it's going to be a match. And you can fully send this back. Here's the makeup foundation box. Oh, that's an interesting little box. Let's close the tape. So let's pull the tape off. There's just a little piece of me that hates all these little pieces of tape. Can I just get it with the blade? Let's see. So cutting, maybe I can just pull it with the blade. Yeah, it did work. There we go. The most reviewed foundation online. And the color I got, Woke Up Like This, 035. I do like the packaging. When somebody goes to the trouble to make really nice packaging, that says something about the product line. That means they've really invested. And then there's a little tagline that says, sorry, I don't speak low maintenance. And that actually was on the outside of the box too. I don't speak low maintenance. You know, it's true. I don't. Okay, so you pull this whole piece out. It's kind of overcomplicated. And that's the makeup. Okay, so I'm going to do right in front of you, and let's see, did they color match me well? Because you color match online, which I just don't see how you can really do that. And so I'm figuring this is going to probably end up going back. But, you know. Or if it's going to be too thick. That's my other kind of concern on this. Alright, got my mirror. Got no makeup on, which feels weird. Okay, so I'm going to use just a dome makeup brush. This is the, what did I pick up? This is the Love is Foundation dome makeup brush. Or you could do a flathead kabuki. I'm going to give it a good shake. Mix it up good. Change directions and do it again. Okay. Is this screw off or pull off? It's pull off. Okay. And I really do like, I always like when it's a pump versus just going onto your hands. Some people like to do that on the back of your hand. I like to do straight onto the brush. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3 pumps. There is no directions, and I think 3 usually is pretty good. And stay away from under my eyes because we're going to do the concealer afterwards, actually. So I'm going to start here and here, right on my little problem areas. For older women, you start getting age spots down here. And so, whereas younger women focus here, I don't. But I do next. And then the nose, forehead, chin. And then just start spreading it around. Stay away from under the eye. There we go. I always do a circular motion on my forehead. Just because I feel like I don't like to put a lot on, so just kind of what's ever at the end right now. I am going to go over the eye, but not under. On the nose hole, or as they're called in the science books and biology books, the nostrils. Now because I've gone up and down this way, I'm going to now go this way. Just to get a cross grain, make sure we're blending it in good. Okay, don't see a lot of good coverage on my age spots. So that's the first thing I'm noticing. This really promises good coverage for covering things like that. I don't know. Maybe. Maybe. Alright, and then I'm going to go past the ear. Elongate the jaw. Get rid of any lines. And then I like to just pack it in, literally. What do y'all think about this as a color match? Do y'all think it's a good color match for me? I'd love your thoughts. And I'm going to do any additional coloring down through the, a little bit down to the cleavage and on the, because I don't want to get it all over my jewelry here, but I do believe in doing your décolleté area, so I'm just trying to make sure I get the areas without hitting the jewelry. I'm still getting maybe a little coverage. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to dab that off on my makeup cloth over here. So now we need to put that in to wash these. Okay. Yeah, those need to be washed. Okay. So that's the foundation. What is y'all's first impression? I actually feel like it's a decent color match for me. It's not very brightening, and it's not particularly heavy in coverage. I can still clearly see my age spots. Very clearly. And a blemish. But it did round out the overall finish, and that's really all foundation is supposed to do. Concealer, on the other hand, is supposed to get rid of anything that you see, so that's a boo-boo. And we'll first do under eye. To me, this is a very yellow. It should have been more of a rose base, but we'll see. Maybe it's a canceling agent. I'll do both sides. And I'm going to do down here in this wrinkle. And that little blush. And the age spot. Let's just see, does it disappear? And this one's real bad. And this. Now see, I don't want it to look like I just put on, not Benadryl, what's that stuff called when you get poison ivy and you put all the little pink meds on. So, now some would say, well, that's because you should have put this on before you did your, this is also going to just, for that wrinkle right there, brighten it up, and this right there. Some people would say that you would do this beforehand because, you know, you got to blend it in. But if you do that and then you put your makeup over it, unless you let it dry really, really good, and even then it's still going to be spotty looking. But if you do that, then you just wipe it right back off. So let's just see how good of a, well, this is a really good concealer brush, nice and dense. And the crux of that wrinkle. See if we can kind of blend that out. and not take the makeup away. So you want to be able to blend it without taking the makeup away. And I'm going to do down the center of the nose, just because those pores need to disappear. And the little, I say crux, but it's like a little crease, a little valley. You know, your nose valleys are right there. Let's do this. Do a little there. So is it brightening? Y'all, I don't know. What's y'all's thoughts? I'm not finding this particularly incredible. Now, maybe throughout the day, as it dries and I sweat and it wears, I'll feel differently. So I'll have to tell y'all. Did I feel differently later? Is this color match to the foundation? Because it's supposed to be made to. I feel like this is a little pinker. And I, again, am going to kind of pop this instead of just swirl it. So it kind of stays in those creases. So there's the other thing. Did it get rid of the blue? Did it cancel the blue? And is it too drying? So what is y'all's thoughts? Now I'm going to sit here and talk about it so you can really take a good look at my face. Let me wipe that off. And that definitely needs to go. Still a good brush. Got a good brush out of it if nothing else. So go in the wash me bucket. It feels a bit tacky, and I do not like that. Some people would say, well, then follow up with powder. I don't really like having to do that, and I don't have to do that with so many other makeup items. But I will use my bronzer as my powder. So I'm just going to use the things that I would be using anyway instead of going and adding a bunch. So let's just get my bronzer done. Bronze a little here, a little contouring with my bronzer.